Hi, everyone. Uh, Welcome to today's webinar on smart water leak detection solutions. I'm Anna, your longtime host from KaaIoT, and today I'm joined by my colleague Nikolai, who's our IoT development expert. Hey, Nikolai.
Hi, everyone. Hi.
So let's start. In any case, there's going to be a recording of this webinar. We will share it with you later. So for those of you who will join later, we will post it on our page. So, as you all know, water leaks can be a real headache, causing costly damage to your home or property. And for those of you who haven't really thought much about the possibility of a leak, trust me, it's just because you never experienced it. And that's why smart water leak solutions and smart water leak detection systems are becoming increasingly popular nowadays, so that you don't have to worry about that. And with so many options available, it can be quite overwhelming to figure out where to start. And while working on our own smart water leak detection solution based on Ka, we discovered that it's not as simple as it seems, and you need to take into account various factors like choosing the right sensors, the right gateways, and types of connectivity, among other things. And today, we would like to talk about our findings, and Nikolai will be sharing his thoughts and practical tips on picking the best water leak detection solution for your requirements.
Yep. Thank you.
And to kick things off, let's discuss which types of buildings benefit the most, from these solutions. What do you think?
So, based on our experience, the most important to install a smart water leak solution to the existing old buildings, because on the new apartments, usually a developer of this building already installed something. It can be wired, wireless, it's no matter, but usually new buildings have it. But for the old buildings, due to they don't have required infrastructure, it's become more and more important, and also the quality of existing things which install it, like walls, tubes, and all other things, are also lower, of course, comparing with the new buildings. So our solution mostly focused on the existing old buildings, which want to have some safe on this leak type of issues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Also, can you let's dive into the different components of a smart water leak detection system? Like, just can you walk us through the typical architecture? What kind of components are there, so that we can understand more.
Sure, sure. Just give me a second. I will share my screen. So I will share. Okay, can you see it now?
Yep.
Yeah. So as a rule, there are two main concepts, and these two concepts still using. Some of them a little bit outdated, but as a rule, both of them pretty popular. So one of them is when you have sensor and controller. Usually with this concept, all logic regarding notification, checking alerts, availability of sensors pointed to this controller. Sensors usually in this architecture use it wired, and this approach can be used on the apartments where you have ability to do wiring. Another approach is more like I don't know how to say, convenient from the installation part, and also stable as a controller now. So what it have? It have sensor, gateway, and IoT platform. So usually in such case, sensors also can be wired or a virus, but usually it's virus. Gateway is a place which allow you to uh, provide connectivity between your real sensors and IoT platform. Uh, this is pretty easy to installation because you can just put like your gateway, configure, and not do any configuration because usually in IoT platform you have already everything pre-configured. So uh, this is how it's usually work. So with IoT platform, you have flexibility to do all types of notifications, even much more flexible when you have a hardware controller which was designed for this case. So yeah, that's all.
Mhm. Yeah, and for me, it sounds like there might be different types of sensor setups. Am I correct?
Of course, of course. So the most important thing in installation water leak solution on old buildings, it's select right type of sensors. So, for example, if you have apartment which are already have everything installed and you can't do wiring installation, you can't use this controller-based solution. Uh, you should see what capabilities you have on your object where you need to install your sensors. But I will explain all of these details on the
Mm-hmm.
next couple minutes.
Yeah, so can you tell us, like, for example, if I want to select a wireless sensor, for example, how do you do this? What are the tips and tricks that you can give to our audience?
Sure. One of the most important thing is physical size. So there are sensors with. I can show you one of them. So this
Sure.
is one of the like example of sensor. So this is a model which I have battery and this contact, dry contact, which check is it leak happened or not.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, this type of sensors easy to install behind some machines like um, I don't know, like dishwashers
Mm-hmm.
uh, or fridges and other objects.
Like you can mount it on the wall, right? Or you can
Yes,
just place
yes.
it under. Yeah.
And also the benefit of it that you can just keep it on wall, put it, and forget
Mm-hmm.
about it. There are sensors which are something like this. So it's like you just put it on the floor. It's convenient to
Mm-hmm.
install it to the bathrooms and other things. So it's like pretty important. Uh, Another thing which you should always know is range between
Mm-hmm.
like wireless sensor and gateway, which allow you to work. So here, for example, sensor uh, it's Zigbee. We will describe what's the difference between like different wireless protocols, but it will work only like on, I don't know, 20, 30 meters at max. LoRa will be able to provide much more larger distance
Mm-hmm.
because in this case you should always understand that you need to provide like pretty stable connectivity between your gateways and your sensors. And when you plan where your sensor should be located, once you do this, you need do another planning where your gateways will be located. And also important to know that to connect like each gateway, you need power supply and also internet connection because sometimes you think that okay everything virus you can just put it, but even with such flexibility you can face issues that you don't have internet connection on the place where gateway should be installed, or for example you don't have power there and it's become much more tricky and you need to redesign location of all your equipment. Another thing which important when you select sensors, it's how it works. So if here I have only one dry contact and it can cover like, I don't know, like 20 square centimeters
Mhm.
range and which it will detect leak. So each on to this context, they should become wet to get a trigger. But for example, I have example from the company Tectelict. Thank you them for the providing this sensor for the testing. They have such design. So you have like wire, and in any place on this wire, if you will get some water, it will activate it. So, for example, you can install one of such sensor and cover pretty big,
Mhm.
uh, pretty big size. Yeah. So this is the most like important things which you need to know. Let's in this case deep dive from the technical perspective. Uh, what uh, what is Zigbee? What is LoRa? What's the difference between them?
Yeah, and also just had one question, like, what example, if the internet connection, breaks down in my apartment, uh, like, what happens to my water leak detection solution?
Uh, it's based on your gateway. Usually, gateways can have installed additional backup connectivity using like a server network.
Mhm.
Uh, but IoT platform, if we discuss it, should notify in any case dispatcher that you have some issues with some gateway. So
Okay.
will be already like alert for the dispatcher that your gateway. Oh, the reason can be anything. So it can be leakage,
Yeah.
your gateway stop working, or for example, you have some pet dog, for example, which are just damage your gateway, something like
Mhm.
that.
Okay, thanks. Sorry for interrupting. Yeah, so let's now go into comparisons of all of these wireless sensors, right? We can dive into some specific hardware devices that we tested. I know that we tested a bunch of them. And yeah,
Yeah.
perhaps let's cover, yeah, LoRa and Zigbee. Yeah.
Yeah, let's start from the short story of our company. So we're doing water leak detection system more than 2 years. So we have some expertise, and at the beginning we start from the Zigbee. So
Yeah.
why we start from it? Because the sensors are pretty cheap. You have different varieties of them. They have enough battery life, so you can like install a sensor and forgot about it for 2 3 years based on the type of the device you use. Uh, but the main problem with them it's distance. So, for example, if you install them to the some big apartments, they just won't work for your case. Uh, Zigbee allow you to like cover maybe I don't know 100 square meters apartment at max, and
Mhm.
it won't work. I think stable better. It's half to 15 meters square meters. No, it's including walls and all other things. It's like real matrix scenarios.
Yeah, and also depending on the wall structure, right? Because there are different apartments with different, yeah.
In
So
any case,
you need to really test it on site, right? To select.
exactly. Exactly, because without it, you can't predict how a signal goes from this wall to this wall. So there are like special devices which allow you to understand signal strength between your gateway and
Mhm.
location. Also, like no, so this is a cheap technology, pretty simple and good for the scenarios when you have like your personal small apartment. It will work good. But if you want to have centralizing leak detection system on huge building, it's not your choice. But it's pretty cheap. And for example, let's see, you can use like Zigbee gateways are very cheap, sensors very cheap, um, but in the huge like apartments, you will need to install them too much, and it won't become such cheap solution. So you never you need to plan it on the your exact building.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So after that, after we have some issues with Zigbee, we start using LoRa. Now it's, I think, currently only one like wireless solution which we can suggest to our customers. So the devices have pretty good battery life. So uh, what we can see is that some devices can work more than 5 years. Of course, we didn't get such results, but the installations which we did like 2 years ago still
Yeah.
have
Still
like
running.
80% of battery
Mm-hmm.
uh, range. Range, it's one of the most important things that you can have like one gateway which will cover like I don't know, like 500 square meters in Capitol building with big walls, and you never get such results with any other technology.
Yeah.
And in the market, a lot of different types of the sensors. So,
Mm-hmm.
as previously mentioned, there are like industrial one, which you can, for example, have such type of wire, and it will cover like a huge place. Some manufacturers also provide special solutions for the data centers and other industrial things. Uh, Sure, it's can be pretty problematic because, as you already mentioned, that we tested a lot of them. So I think we tested more than 12 different manufacturers of the war equipment, and not everything as straightforward. But now what I can see it's only one like solution for the centralized water leak detection system in apartment building.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to ask you to elaborate on on this research that we did and on the testing that we did. I know that we put a lot of effort into, working with different manufacturers. So if you have comparison, and we can talk about it more.
Yeah. So I prepare a table with three leaders with Zigbee and three leaders from the War one. This is the leaders. No one of them.
We are still on the Zigbee LoRa comparison slide.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they are both. No, all of these devices were recommended. So some of them have some benefits. So all like Zigbee, they also have different form factors, and sometimes they market from different have different like manufacturer names based on your local market.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of companies have like uh, company distributor. So, but if you will like search for the device model and manufacturer, I think you will be able to find them.
Yeah, and I think these are one of the most popular on the market, right? So it's not going to be a lot of effort to find these devices.
I hope so. Yes, yes, because no, our company install usually solution on the pretty huge buildings, and we had some like pretty good manufacturers, but amount which they can provide to us is pretty low, so they are not added to this list. And
Yeah,
also,
I thought that we have more devices that we tested. Do we
of
have
course,
the full? Yeah.
we have full table, and we just don't want to make like bad marketing for any company. But if someone interested to get this information regarding all sensors which we test with more details, for example, how test was executed and which locations. So we have some special test laboratory for this. Just write Anna after this
I can
webinar.
show.
Yes, yes, and Anna will share this information. Yeah, so now from the LoRa we have Dragino, Cora, and Tectelic. It's winners. So we can definitely recommend it, and we recommend to all of our customers. And if we do projects by ourselves, we use their equipment. Yeah.
Yeah, and just to add something for our audience, guys, this is not a sponsored event. Okay, so whatever we are saying, we did the actual testing. Okay, and this is what we actually recommend from the technical perspective. We are
Exactly. Okay, so
yeah. So also the question I had in mind. So we went through the sensors. Okay, another important thing is like, what about the gateways? Right? Are they equally important as sensors, or?
both of them are pretty important. So you have antenna and transmitter in gateway and in sensor. So if you have bad gateway but pretty good sensor, you won't get correct range which you need on your building. So and the same story if you have like good gateway but device with bad antenna with bad firmware on it, you also won't get enough coverage on your building. So gateways in LoRa technology also pretty important, and we also prepared like a short table with the gateways which we tested. Some of them we are use it more on most our projects. So let's move forward to them. So of course it's Dragino, Microtic, and Tectelic. So all of them are provide like pretty good coverage indoor. Uh, so we can definitely recommend them. Uh, so, Dragino have some like disadvantages. The same story. Oh, sorry. From the like firmware side, so it's like maybe not such user friendly comparing like other solutions. Tectelic, I think, have like also some, but for the like case when you company which want to install water leak detection systems, all of them are pretty good. Yeah, let's move forward.
Okay. Yeah, so essentially, just to sum up, the importance of gateway. It acts as a central hub, collecting the data from the sensors and communicating with the platform. So, what I would like to ask you now is to show the platform functionality and the software part of the system. So,
Yeah, sure.
let's talk about Ka. Okay, finally.
Finally, yeah, because we mostly focus it on the sensors and other things. So I won't show like whole car functionality. I will just show the example which we have for the water leak detection system. So let's go to the solution which name it water leak detection. So all of what you can see, it's like standard solution which you can get by using KaaIoT platform with all modifications and all like things which our platform provides. So, but we design it such way that you have like two main components. One is dispatcher screen with where you can upload image and like have a map of the each apartment. Uh, also have like each apartment on main screen with notification for the dispatcher. And another part, it's a mobile application for the end user. Okay, let's see how it looks like. So let's open some building here. So this is a image of how you're building. Here we have like 37 floors. Some of them, like as you see yellow, it means that gateways are not connected. Some of them green. So you can click on each apartment, see on which area this water leak sensor is located. Here we have like only one sensor, but if you have added more sensors, all of them will be appeared automatically. And also here list of alerts for this apartment. So when it have like some leakage, you can see status of it and other things. Let's move to the south tower. So here we have like the same scenario with the history log. Let's enable notifications, and I will trigger it. I will trigger it some like fake leak. Of course, we can do this. So I will firstly activate it. So next thing, yeah, as you see, it's become green. And also I will enable leak. And let's see what happened. So we get notification. The dispatcher can take reaction, can go to this apartment, see what happened here.
By dispatcher, you mean like a concierge, right? The person who.
Yeah. It can be a dispatcher or concierge.
Mhm,
So it's based on your scenario. And the
mhm.
same story for the end user. So end user, I will show it on my phone. So end user can install like water leak detection app and see only his apartment. So it looks like here. So I have here a lot of sensors. I
Oh, wait
can
a second. Let me. Maybe I can switch. I wanna make you bigger. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
so yeah, it's the same, but
Mhm.
so here we have also lead sensors. But as you know, KaaIoT like really flexible. Now we show only one part of it. It's like water leak detection system, but we have also gas sensor, air quality,
Yeah.
other things. So you get like all flexibility what you need. And one more important thing that if you some company which want to install such solutions on your region, you know what to do. Just write to Anna. We provide for such company all information, how to use our system, what equipment they should use, and all other things. For they get some kind of business on your local market. Yeah. So
Okay, thank you so much, Nikolai. I hope it was insightful for our audience today. Let's probably move to the Q&A session. I can see that we have a lot of comments and questions coming from people. Okay, let me decide on the question. Can multiple. Oh, okay, I found the perfect one for you. Okay, from Daniel. Can multiple sensors be linked to a single gateway with identifiers for specific sensors and notification coming from IoT platform?
of course, of course. So how we usually install? So we install like gateways not inside apartments of the customers because a lot of them don't want to do this, and from the like security perspective, that usually LoRa gateways connected to the separate internet connection and other things. So everything handled inside IoT platform. So for example, we have like LoRaWAN network server, which transfer everything to the KaaIoT endpoints. So like each sensor, it's endpoint in our system, and you have ability to assign like or register, for example, if you want to provide your customers ability to add new devices. So everything handled on the application security, which are provided by KaaIoT.
Okay, thanks. Let's go to the next one from Eduardo. It only detects water leaks in the pipe or in the water tap.
Both. So you can install sensors. So there are sensors which was designed especially for the pipes. There are sensors which designed to the put on the floor. So on the list which we prepared, and you will be able to ask Anna to get this list. We have like different sections for locations where you can to install where it's suitable to install. So, for example, when you will be able to understand like what type of sensor better to use for the pipes and what better to the like inside apartments.
Yeah, but in any case, if you have any questions, you can contact us. Tell us more about your project, and we can recommend because there are so many solutions on the market in terms of hardware, like different tapes, right? Not only like sensors, but also
Exactly. Yes.
different things. Yeah, so we can recommend what would be better to use. Okay. If you install a number of Zigbee devices in a building, will they run out of battery simultaneously?
So for this, in our system, we have alert. So and due to usually we work with management company of the building, they get this dispatching screen and they get notifications that you should replace battery on this apartment, and usually it's works such way that management company get like hundred of prepared device and just replace it, and because reconnection of the device in our system like pretty easy, so you just replace ID from one to another, and customer take and put this sensor on the place where it was installed.
Thanks. From Rami, does it detect temperature as well to determine if this leak is actual leakage or groundwater levels? How would you tackle installations for existing underground piping? That's a nice question.
With underground piping, it's pretty like hard thing because you know there are different types of leakage, and sometimes you won't be able like to install it and detect it correctly. And for example, for told regarding LoRa, so if you will try to install it underground, uh, it's like will be a problem. Regarding temperature, humidities, and other things, there are different options. So, for example, sensors which we usually use, they have uh, temperature sensor and humidity sensor as well. But if you have like mm, pipes which install it directly to the wall and you don't have ability to put something here, there is no magic. So you need think how to put contact as sensor there.
Okay. I suppose it makes a difference if you want to detect water escaping from the pipe or to detect water that already has escaped the pipe. I think
Uh,
it happens simultaneously, no?
I not
It,
fully get a question,
it
but
depends. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, but the sensors works pretty simple. So if you have contact dry, it means that it will activate it, and the sensors which we tested and we like make huge research, there is like non additional like logic usually, because you mentioned like false activations or some. If it's here, usually it's like pretty rare situation, like false activations on other things.
Okay. Is it possible to use these sensors not only to detect water leak, but also for water consumption measuring?
Of course, but it's
But
another type
different,
of
different
device.
devices. Yeah.
Yes. So we had like I don't know, couple like months ago, I think webinar for the smart metering, as I remember, where we discussed electricity metering. But we can do. It's a good idea to show how you can do it for the water metering also. Yeah, so there are like special protocols for this, like MBus, Modbus, and special gateways which allow you to collect consumption. So you just need to replace your existing meter. Usually it's like analog things to the new modern and connect to the KaaIoT platform.
Yeah, I understand what webinar you're talking about, but I don't think we really focused on water metering or water consumption back then. But maybe, yeah, maybe we should. But yeah, so these sensors, they actually just detect the leakage, right? They cannot tell you how much water, was consumed. Like there's no like historical data as to the consumption, but there can be historical data to see, at which times there was a leak. Okay, I will continue because we have a lot of questions. Okay, so one device that can be configured to monitor water leaks, air quality, and fire. I think the question is like if there can be one device to detect all of this. Mm,
Uh, I don't know such devices on market. So usually it's presented by different one. But regarding like air quality, I can already like suggest you like to use tactilic device. So they provide us also it for test. So it's like same gateway and you just connect it. It's collects CO2 values.
mhm.
uh, we had also experience working with like devices which are uh, was designed especially for the air quality. With the fire detection, everything a little bit more complicated because due to regulation of each country, there are special standards which say you how fire detection system should looks like. So, for example, as I know, in some countries it can be only wired. So in this
Yeah.
case, you limit it to your regular restrictions. Yeah, that's all. But as I say before, our platform can you connect like mostly everything. So we have like standard protocols, and if you want to build like some solution, just contact Anna. We have predefined templates. Even for the fire detection system, we work with one company in US for the providing devices, special devices for this. So yeah, it's not a problem.
All right, thanks. I'll keep it coming. Hello, thank you for the event. Thank you for coming. Which programming languages do you apply more to program your sensors and server-side applications? Do you apply pre-designed dashboards or do you elaborate on them? You mean like
Program language on the sensors usually not required because the main idea is to use like LoRa one devices, which usually already have installed firmware. You can just find them on the market and connect to the our network server, and our platform allow you to write like JavaScript code snippets to the parse information from these devices. But usually there are some decoders already provided by the manufacturers. So you can just install them and platform will do everything. Regarding design and all such functionality, so our platform have everything what I showed previously. It was drag and drop. So you just select widget for the building, configure amount of floors, amount of apartments, change layout of background. For example, add actions button, for example, clear state and all other things. So you usually don't need to know like JavaScript or something like this to build our dashboards. It's totally not required. Of course, we are provide functionality for the adding custom widgets to the platform, but in 90% of simple solutions, it's not required. So we use custom widgets only on like pretty big projects where it's like some specific case which simplify like some actions. But in other scenarios, for example, for water leak, you can just use our default library widgets and do all possible activities. For example, configure alert, set up notifications, set up notification channels. Everything can be done out of box.
Yeah, on the software side, it's quite easy to achieve. Okay, from Nicholas, and actually, Nicholas, thank you for this question because I also wanted to ask this. Can those sensors detect another kind of liquids, for example, oil, fuel, petrol, etc.?
The sensors which I showed here, they was designed especially for the water. But if you want, we can suggest you sensors for the fuel, oil, and other things. So, Anna, can you remind this company from the Sweden?
From Sweden?
Yes.
There were several companies from Sweden that we
Yeah,
worked
yeah, there
LCs?
are.
No?
Can you
LCs?
no, another one.
Not LCs.
There are special company which design sensors. I've just not prepared for such type of question. They do special industrial sensors for the different leakage. So they have even sensors for the different types of oil, and they have selection. So the sensor can detect like which liquid was leaked. You know, it's industrial pipes. It's when you have like some manufacturing, it's like pretty important to understand. Yeah, something like
Yeah,
this.
but also I think in this use cases, with oil, fuel, like what we see, like people want to monitor the level, right? The level of oil and the level of fuel in the tank.
Of
But that's
course,
a different thing. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, but for example, on plants where you have like a lot of pipes in which
yeah.
using for the transporting different liquids, it's pretty important to understand that you have leakage also, because like if you have leakage of some toxic thing,
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it might be quite dangerous. Okay. What else? There's a question, but I'm not sure I understand it entirely. Maybe you do. What is the best architecture to handle it? You mean from the software side? We can talk about car architecture for ages. I can tell you right now, like nonstop for 2 more hours.
this question regarding controller, using like box of controller which can support notification and with IoT platform. So of course, solution with the controller will work, but it's not such flexible if you will have like gateway with different IoT sensors. So as I previously mentioned, in real world scenario, all our customers start from the water leaks, but after that they request air quality, smart metering,
Yeah.
everything, and if they select like right IoT platform like KaaIoT, they just buy sensors, connect them, and have everything inside like one solution with one mobile application, with one screen, which can be customized for their dispatchers, for their customers, for everything in one place. Solutions with controllers also will work, but it's not such flexible.
From Eduardo, so you only put the sensors on the floor? No, not only on the floor. Yeah.
You can so as I previously mentioned, you can use sensors with like wire, which use it as a dry contact. So in any place, so you can put it on the floor. You can put it, for example, to the tunnel where your pipes located. So
So if you
usually,
have the pipe inside of the wall.
of course, of course. So if it's of course, if you need to destroy your wall, usually customers say, "Oh no, 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 not destroy anything. We don't want to do this. It's pretty expensive and it's too much activity." But if you're building like new apartments, we have a lot of discussions with the developers, and everyone want to install everything what's available in market. So water leak solutions, some smart home automations, and other things. So in any case, you need to have some planning like phase, where you understand like where your pipes located, where possible leaks can happen, and based on this, decide where sensors should be located.
I think it just came to my mind. I think the Swedish company that you are referring to is Sensitive.
Yeah, yeah, sensitive.
Okay. All right. Well, we have many questions, and I will keep it coming for a couple of minutes more. Um, I wanted to. Oh, yeah, one more. Does it identify the infiltration in the foul sewer network too? I think for the sewage, that's not the same, but I'm not sure.
I don't get question. Can you maybe just try to rephrase it, Anna, if you get
What
it?
if what if yeah, I mean, what if the water like unfiltered, like in the sewage systems, like
Ah,
underground sewage systems? Yeah.
so of course, if you can have like It can be another solution for this. But what we currently discuss it's only leakage. So, for example, if this unfiltration caused leakage, you will be able to detect it.
Yeah. Mhm.
But in case if you need to like understand, is it I- I- no I- I think we will answer after this to this question after this webinar, because I think that I don't get the whole question right, so don't want to tell
Yeah, no,
some.
no, it's okay. It's okay. We can connect to
Yes.
clarify. Yeah. Okay. It's gonna be the last question for today, guys. But be sure that we will reply to all of your comments and questions after the webinar. From Julian, what are the communication protocols? The communication protocols commonly used for transmitting data between sensors, control units, and user interfaces, and how do they ensure reliability, security?
Mhm.
Okay.
So yeah, let's start. We have communication between device to gateway. Between device to gateway, we usually use LoRa one. It's like pretty secured communication protocol. So between gateway and IoT platform, we use MQTT over TLS. So it's like encrypted MQTT protocol. So our platform use X509 authentication between gateway and MQTT broker, which provided by our platform. Uh, Next thing, between user web interface, we use HTTPS. It's encrypted HTTP protocol. From the security perspective, we use our own built authorization system, which I named IAM. It's a part of IoT platform, which works the same how AWS cloud works. So you have principle, action, and policy. So we for our customers we pass it different types of compliance. For example, SOC, ISO. But if you have some questions for this, Anna will be able to answer like all these details.
I know I said that it's gonna be the last question, but I changed my mind. Uh, does the devices work with Sigfox technology?
No, we
I know you really like the Sigfox topic.
yeah. So we tested Sigfox, but what we see is that mm, LoRa devices ecosystem much more bigger than Sigfox, and this is why we usually use LoRa. But from the technical perspective, I think Sigfox, LoRa, they are comparing. So now we not tested like list of the Sigfox devices and don't make such deep research that we can suggest some Sigfox devices for your solutions. But if you want to try, just write. We have if you have some real project and it should be built on top of Sigfox, we can work together on this.
Mm-hmm. Uh, sorry if this was covered already, but can multiple sensors be connected to a single gateway?
Yeah, up to 1,500. So in one of our projects, in one gateway, we have connected 1,500 sensors.
And I think we received clarification on the previous question. Do we have a type of sensor that can identify the infiltration in file sewer network? So it was about the type of device.
Got it, got it.
Mm.
Uh,
It's
I
okay.
need I need to check with our team this because I'm not take part in such projects. But usually in the no, they should be located to the ground, and infiltration can no, we need to see this because now I'm not able
Yeah,
to collect.
maybe we have some other team that's been working on it because yeah. So just to clarify, these devices that Nikolai showed today, they are for water leak, for water, right? And for any other types of devices, we can check with other teams, like what they've been working on, and we can recommend something. Whew, okay, I can keep going with questions all night long, but thank you, Nikolai, for all of these insights and for sharing the work that you guys did. It was very cool. And I hope all of our attendees gained something useful from this webinar. We're going to be sharing the recording shortly after the webinar, and we'll answer all of your questions that you posted. And yeah, if you have any more questions, feel free to drop them in comments or in messages to me, to Nikolai, whoever, and we will gladly help you. So I guess that's it. Thank you, Nikolai, again, and yeah, bye. It was great to see you all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.